Hi and welcome to another book review video. This is a book that I received for free in exchange for doing a review, but I was so excited to get this book. I work with crystals all the time as a Reiki master, and I use crystals in my spell work with my candles. I don't know that I've ever knowingly done a crystal grid. I've definitely heard a lot about them, but yeah, some of the spell work and stuff that I've done has required using multiple stones and placing them in a certain way. That was probably a grid, but I just didn't know it by that name. But this book has really gone into a lot more detail than what I knew before about crystals, which I already knew quite a lot. So chapter 1, it talks about the power of crystal grids, and when two or more high vibration objects are used together, each magnifies the other, making the combination even more powerful. So that is a basic sum of like the potential of a crystal grid rather than just using one. And so it has some introduction to different things that a crystal grid can do for you. Wellness, and it talks about that, creativity, prosperity, emotions, spirituality, and then how grids work. Crystal grids work via the synergy between the vibrations of multiple crystals and the energetic patterns that they're arranged in, coupled with the intention created by the use of sacred geometry. Now, I know that the layout and the placement of things when I'm doing a ritual is very important, and I mean, especially like with Reiki, there are symbols, and you know, the symbols all have a lot of meaning, and if you do sigils, if you do sigil magic, you understand the importance of the shapes of things. So here it talks about some of the sacred geometry shapes. One is a circle, which is, I mean, you use a circle a lot when you're casting any kind of spell or even doing any kind of energy work, at least I do. A spiral. Now, the three spirals joined together, I can never say that word appropriately. Triskelion. That's a very popular, I didn't never really relate that to being geometry, but I guess I should have. I mean, I'm not a math person, but, and a triangle, I do a lot of triangles. I do a lot of circles and triangles when I do my work. And then chapter 2 talks about how crystals work. And then there's like the shapes of crystal, the structure of them, such as hexagonal. Sorry, I was combining two words in one there. Hexagonal, isometric, tetragonal. That's the one I was combining apparently. And there's others. There's the points, and there's pyramids and spheres and clusters and heart shapes and egg shapes and even wands. I have a crystal wand that I use. You can get some natural, you can get them polished, and the color. Now I do if you do any kind of ritual type work, then you're very much aware of the meaning of colors. And I mean, this is something even with psychology, and I am a master's level psychotherapist with postmaster's training, licensed at the clinical level to provide therapy services. And so in my professional work as a therapist, as well as my own spiritual work, doing rituals and doing my Reiki and working with crystals, the color of things is so very important in all of that. Color psychology is even a chapter in a book that I have written that is not published yet, but will be at some point. So it talks about the color psychology, basically the meanings of them. And I'm not going to go through that because you can look that up online. And then chapter 3 is grid essentials, working with grids. The elements of a grid. So there's usually a focus stone and a desire stone. There's directional stones. And then this section has sample layouts for 15 basic grids to get you started, such as a circle. Whereas in the middle is the focus stone, and all of these around it are going to be either desire or direction stones. So normally what I do, and I started this by saying I don't use crystal grids, but like I said, I think I have been, and I just didn't realize it. So normally there'd be a north, south, east, or west would be the direction stones, and then I guess like if I was doing this, those other ones would be the desire stones. But normally I might use a crystal here and there in my work, but I normally do a lot with candles, and then the color of the candle is very important. But you know, whatever you're drawn to when you do your work. And then it shows the sunburst, the yin yang, a basic spiral, and then like the overlapping circles. Another very popular one that you see within the Wicca practices. Seed of life, flower of life. It reminds me of what's the things we color? I'll think of the name later. I'm tired. And the lotus shape, triangle, and then down here it shows different types of triangular shapes. And then the triskelion, that I can't say the word right, another popular shape. And then the pentagram, the Star of David, the Tree of Life, the Tahitian knot. And then it shows the even though that's not a geometrical shape, it's still something that is used a lot. And chapter 4 is working with grids. You set your intention before you do any kind of work like this. So I'm not going to go into what setting your intention is, but chances are if you're watching this video, if you're interested in this kind of thing, you have come across the term setting your intention. And if you haven't and you don't know what that is, leave me a message below and request a video specifically about setting your intention, and I will be happy to make a video on that subject. I don't want to waste my time making a video on it if it's something you know already, or if it's not something you're interested in. But yeah, if you're interested and that's something you want to know, let me know. Choosing your grid and then choosing your crystals. There's a quick buying guide for crystals. And part 2, crystal grid work in action, starts with chapter 5, support your health and wellness. And it has a list of some things health and wellness wise that crystal work can help you with. And again, like doing Reiki, crystal healing, I mean, that's a very popular thing. And the immune system, it can strengthen your immune system. Autoimmune conditions, which I have: 1, headaches, weight loss, depression, anxiety, allergies, heart health, better sleep, and definitely stress and relaxation. And then, so that's a breakdown of the things that it's going to talk about. And then it's like this page talks about immune system strengthening, and then it gives you a crystal layout for that. And you know, it keeps going. There's creative dreaming, maybe lucid dreaming, or when you're wanting to control your dreams to go in a certain way. I mean, it gives some breakdowns of different reasons you might want to use crystals, explains the crystals that you use them for, and gives you the layout. For writing, so for all of you authors out there, if you need help with your writing, if you're facing a writer's block, this could help. Crystals could help you. And so the whole rest of the book is nothing but what I've just showed you. There's one using the and you can incorporate the crystal grid work with your candle rituals as well, which is something that I do a lot. They work together very well. And then normally I'll do the ritual, I'll do incorporate the candle with the color of the candle, an incense mixture that is blended specifically. I have a lot of videos about herbs and what they're used for in ritual work. So my rituals usually look like that, with a candle of a certain color and the herb mixture that goes with that. And I'll either burn that herb mixture as an incense, or I'll dress the candle with it. And if I do that, I usually have an incense stick or cone going as well. And then crystals on, and then you have, if you want to do some meditation, a sage stick. If you want to, you know, do some chanting. So this is awesome. And at the back it has a list of 25 crystals and some explanation about them. Again, I have to say, I'm going to give this a full 5 stars. This is a really informative book that I'm going to start integrating. I don't have, when I have crystals, but I normally have like maybe 1 or 2 of a certain type. In order to do some of this crystal work, you need more than that, and I have found that they can be expensive. So the reason that I don't incorporate more of them into my work is just because of money. I don't have the money to put into getting all of those, but I'm slowly adding to my collection, and eventually might be able to do some of these full crystal grids. So really, like I said, the only reason that I haven't incorporated more of this kind of stuff in my work is just because I don't have, 10 or 12 crystals of one type. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and if you have a book you want me to review, check out the description box for more information. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.